Make the ground shake.
What's going on, guys? My name is Renegade. Today I'm here for AQW News. Before we get into the video, if you guys could leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, that'd be awesome. Also, I'm starting to use Twitter a lot more for AQW News related stuff, so if you could follow me over there, you'll be able to keep up with all the other news I haven't talked about in these videos. Let's get into this week's news. Alright, so first of all, this week we're going to be talking about the Throne of Darkness event for this week. So that is going to be called the Time War, I think. I don't know. So, like, yeah, well, it's called the Time War. There's a little image on the design notes, along with, like, a little caption, and I'll read it out for you guys just now. So, it's from Alina, and it says, Friday, the Time War begins, and so she posted, I have come, and not a moment too soon. The coded message from your chronomancers arrived 2 years too late, but I could sense the turbulence this, what? Okay, wait, hold up. So turbulence in this point in the time streams, or time stream, as I drew closer. I could sense a paradox portal energy yep, that's a word I know how to pronounce. Coalescing? Yeah, I don't even know. And worse. Creatures from deep within the time stream are massing to invade. I need you and your fellow heroes to drive them back. Buy me time I need to discover the cause of this invasion, and remember, beware the portals. So, it's a little image of like it actually looks, it's almost identical to the Infinity Knight art style or whatever, like the Infinity Knight armor from the Infinity Knight class. I'll just confirm that for you guys now. I believe it's identical, it's just a recolor, I think. So, yeah, it is. So they've just got the Infinity Knight thing, and they've basically just touched it up a little bit and recolored it, and that's what this guy looks like. It's just purple with some like stars and stuff on it. Alina actually did have like a little poll on Twitter. There was two options we could have picked from for his look, his NPC look. I would have actually preferred the other one, the one that they didn't pick, but you know, they look pretty similar. And so that's basically what we know, although Artix has posted a little while ago, April 25th, yes, it's a couple of days ago, although this is actually a different one, I think. Yeah, this is weird, because it says here, Friday, April 29th, 2016, so that's obviously this event that we're talking about, and it says Paradox Portal, it's got X-E-V-E-N, I'm gonna say it's Zeven, because X's are quite frequently pronounced as like a Z. The time-traveling assassin, I'm just gonna say it's Zeven. Yes, it's got one of the characters from the Throne of Darkness, the Castle of Bone, like meeting cutscenes. You might remember that if you've played the Castle of Bone event. You remember the cutscenes where there's the people crowding around the table. Yeah, so it looks like one of the characters from there. I can't remember her name, but it's obviously Zeven is what her name was. And so yeah, I believe it's got her related with it. It's called Paradox Portal here. They might have changed the name, or they might have like changed which event was going to be released, but it's definitely definitely the same. It looks very similar, like it's the same date, at least the one that they've said. So there's obviously, like I'm saying, there's two different images at different dates from Alina and then from Artix, and I think it's the same event. It does make sense that it's the same event. So yeah, I guess that's all we know about it. We don't have any items or anything that we've seen so far. Nothing really rare to do with it. But if it's as good as the Castle of Bone, I haven't actually played the gold and silver, whatever that the member only one was yet. I might play that at some point. But yeah, that's basically what we know about that so far. We'll move on to the next piece of news. I was going to talk about the classes and stuff, but there isn't really any other news other than the fact that Sync has now got on his character page the class equipped. He's got Abyssal Angel equipped, which might mean the fact that there could be it being released like soon, I guess. I don't know. Because I guess what they do is they have the class disguised. So what that means is they'll have Abyssal Angel, but they'll have it like disguised as another class. But now they've actually got it as the name and everything in his inventory, so I suppose that means that it's getting closer and closer to being released. I don't know. That's just what I'm guessing. I don't know if that's correct or anything, but yeah. What we're going to be talking about now, though, is Alina has posted, sort of just out of the blue, a server rewrite post, and what this details is some pretty interesting information. So I guess I'll read the majority of it. So she basically just said, I'll summarize this first, but it's actually a really long post, so I won't read the entire thing, but there is some really awesome stuff in here. So she basically said at the start here is the biggest hurdle we're having to face with the server rewrite is getting enough testing to make sure we've got a solid, stable new server, alright? And so usually with these posts, she'll say, look, we've got it something or other percentage complete. Well, they can't really just say that right now because they're really just in the 90s, somewhere in the 90s area, percentage of being complete. They're close, but they need to crush the bugs before we can say exactly where we're at. Now, I know for a fact that the server testing, this is just me personally, I'm not quoting her or anything right now, that there's been fewer and fewer numbers on the testing server. I need all of you guys right now to go onto the testing server number 2. I just bumped my microphone, I'm sorry if that made a really loud noise. You all need to go into testing server number 2. And I believe it's number 2. Is it number 2? Yeah, it's number 2. Alright. There's 19 people currently on there. We need a lot of people on the testing server number 2 to test the server. Now, what they need to do is they need a pre-data save testing. So right now, no player data is saved because like they're not testing the core engine and everything, so they wouldn't want to like save like buggy stuff or whatever. Yeah. I'm just reading this, sorry. They're basically just saying that we need more people. Alright, so once we are confident that the server is good and ready, we'll implement player data saving. Then we'll have mega boosts and some pretty wicked incentives. For example, 0 AC Matrix server bank pet to everyone who logs on and tests. That's awesome, okay? I'm a bank pet collector. I collect bank pets, which is again, I've told you so many times, don't do that. It's really quite a stupid idea. Because every time I buy one, it's 2k ACs down the drain. But yeah, it's just, I guess it's a kind of an addiction of mine. But that's a 0 AC Matrix server bank pet, okay? Which means that you guys will all be able to get a 0 AC bank pet if you go and test the server. So, I believe that's when they do the final live player testing. So, you guys basically need to get on and start testing. And so what you need to do is you need to just basically run through a checklist. So what they're doing is they're saying, join maps, does this ever fail? Join in what? Joining, okay. Yeah, like join maps with like numbers, and so you join like private maps, so like go /join, say Arkengrove dash 54321, something like that. So just test the numbers. Are new instances properly generated? Are new instances destroyed? So that means that the maps in the areas. Do monsters load properly? Do monsters respawn properly? Do clickable items for quests appear and disappear as they're supposed to? So I'd suggest actually going and equipping all your pets that include quests, like a lot of Nolgath pets do that. So I'd test those, see if they work. If you got some rare ones, some like real obscure ones, I know there's ones from the Nolgath War, the Nolgath versus Stage War, so if you go and test that on the server, I believe that'd help them out a lot. Do special functions work, so like Think Wars, clickable items, unique effects, etc. Do players appear and disappear from the map properly? Test all chat channels, so test the main chat channel, test Whisper, test Party, test Guild. Test the skills of combat, so effects, buffs, and debuffs. Do monsters fight back? They drop gold, XP, and class points? Do items drop and get added to your inventory? When the player saving is released, check that your player's data saves properly after completing quests and killing monsters. And so, for example, just complete a random quest, get, say, 500 reputation for a rep, and then log out and see if that reputation is saved. Test if your class points will save, test if your gold will save. But that won't save yet. It's not out. It's not actually out yet. And by the way, you can basically, I believe. Okay, so I'll leave a link in the description for where you can leave your bugs and the testing and everything, okay? I'll leave the link where you can go and leave any problems you find. So if, say, for example, gold doesn't save or the skill doesn't work or something like that, then I'll leave a link in the description where you can go and leave that feedback, because there's no point in you testing it and not leaving the feedback. Do items equip and unequip properly? Do factions get added and do points properly save? So for example, if you haven't started using a rep yet, so for example, if you haven't done the Arkengrove reputation yet, then go and start getting reputation for Arkengrove and see if it actually starts. Check that all commands work with guilds, add, remove, promote, demote, and check that all party functionality works, check that all the party players that are removed from the list when logging out. The quest display properly, check description, rewards, end text, check to make sure your quest progress is saved as you complete stories and quests, check to make sure story quests are completable, shop, so you need to test both shop types, regular and merge, check to see that gold / ACs are gained, lost in correct amounts, so you'd have to probably spend ACs, but you know, it's worth it, mate, it's worth it. Check to see if items are added to inventory, check to see if the merge requirements removed. Our shop location checks working, item display properly, so I'll make sure this is your inventory, by the way. Items can be equipped and unequipped properly, items sort into the correct tabs, regular items can be removed, AC items should prevent deletion, so you make sure you can't delete AC items. Items show correctly in the bank, items sort to the correct bank tabs, items can be moved between bank and inventory, add to inventory, and swap to items work. Items that are recognized in bank when dropping. And now, guys, if you really are excited for bank item previews, then test the hell out of banks. They want to get banks working so they can start on the bank item previews. And then there's a big thank you at the end there, and basically to say thanks to everyone who has been testing. It's really awesome to have all the testers and everything. Yeah, so you are going to be rewarded for testing. So that 0 AC pet is going to be awesome. They haven't ever done like a free bank pet before, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I haven't seen one like that before. I know they've done one where they have it as a reward from a Herima item, which is technically free, as you buy the Herima item and then you get a free item with that. But other than that, there really hasn't been any free bank pets before, so that's awesome. Bank pets are really awesome, by the way, guys. They usually cost 2k ACs as just a universal thing, although there is a 5k AC bank pet that I unfortunately bought. And getting a free one is awesome because, especially if it's going to be rare, especially if it's like a tester rare item, that's awesome because you can basically store as many AC items as you want for free, so it's really awesome to see that they're going to have a free bank pet. I really got to emphasize on the testing thing though, guys. Just test it as much as you can. That's on, if you log into AQW, just select a testing server 2. It'll have to reload the web page or whatever, I believe, and then you can start testing. So that'd be awesome if you guys could test. It really helps everyone out a lot. It benefits everyone. If you're wondering why I'm promoting it so much, it's just, you know, it benefits me as well. It benefits everybody in the game. So yeah, if you guys could leave a like on this video, if you did enjoy it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you want to be notified when any more of my videos are uploaded. Again, I leave my schedule in the comment section, sorry, not the comment section, the description down below, along with my Twitter link and all my other social media links and everything like that in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.